Welcome to TestU, the future of knowledge repository. Our mission is to maintain the knowledge content of various technologies and various streams. If you too believe in such vision and want to be a part of it by contributing your knowledge, we will definitely welcome you. Please write to us or get in touch with us by the given email below, that is sharedtesttube at gmail.com. We can plan it together, and the credit to your contribution goes to you alone. And for those people who want to explore more, please subscribe to my channel, and also you can check the blog given below, which is 4verstyles.blogspot.com. In this video, we are going to discuss how to validate JSON schema in Postman using Tiny Validator snippet. Now, let's move on to the discussion. JSON schema validation is the key important aspects of API testing, and also not just for functional testing. It is also one of the important aspects that needs to be validated even in automation as well. And schema is nothing but uh, the structure of the API. So it is about the structure of API, in which order the elements are listed out in the response, and each field and the value and the size of the field and the data structure of the field that is there in the JSON response, not JSON response, in API response. And schema is also referred to the request. So even from the perspective of request also, it talks about the structure of the request and what are the fields that needs to be carried out, in which order they needs to be carried out, either in the request or response. So there's the few aspects of what is schema. And that is why it is really important to know the structure and the data types which are used in this API responses. So though uh, it looks like there is a lot to validate. For example, if you take an example of a response which contains hundreds and thousands of fields, so there it is a cumbersome process to validate all of the fields. There, one of the simplest ways and one of the simplest but very important and powerful validation is about the schema validation. And fortunately, this is very simple, and it is even more simple in Postman. So let us see it. How do we do it? Now, like you have seen in the previous videos, these are the list of requests which we are discussing in this course. And I have taken one example, which is get users example. I just renamed it to get users underscore schema validation. So this is going to call this URL, and let me just click on send again, and it has returned this response, which is returning an array called data, which is having again a lot number of maps inside it. So you can see it. So this is the response, and I'm going to validate the schema of this response, meaning I'm going to validate the structure of that response, that it contains page per page total, all these fields, and inside the data field itself it has these elements which are over there, and some of the elements are integers and some are strings. So I'm going to validate all of this, and all of this can be validated just in a snatch, using the Postman tool. So okay, how do I do a validation is, first we have to convert this response to the JSON schema. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this one, and there are a lot of tools which are available in online. So I'm going to convert this to JSON schema. So when I search for it, I got this website. I go there, and you have to paste your response over here and check this box that I am not a robot, and click on generate schema. Now here you got the schema of that API response. So click on this icon, which will copy this schema for you, and I'm going to keep it in over here in the notepad. Okay, it is already there. So this is the schema of your entire JSON response. So this is how simply you can convert it into schema. Now I have to validate this in my Postman. So here for that, you have to go to this test tab, and you know that these are the snippets which are there available. For completeness, I am going to use some of the validations. Okay, that I am going to validate this uh, status code. So PMA is an object and it has the method called test, which is having two arguments in it. And if you wanted to see the definition of the method, keep the cursor over there and you will see what this is doing. Otherwise, you can press Control space as well. Here it will give access to what that is all about. Test is a method which is taking two arguments. One is test case name. It is a string type argument. The second argument is about a function. So now you understood it. So this is my test case name. I can write however I want to write. I say that verify the status code is 200. Okay, now let's go to our main uh, validation, which is schema validation. If you see in the list of snippets, there is this one down at the end, which is called use tiny validator for JSON data. So this is the one which is going to do the schema validation for you. You click on this one, and it has launched these line of codes. You see, schema is a variable, data one, two are variables, and I have used this method again, a test method, in order to validate schema, and TV4 is the actual method where you validate the schema of this response. And you take two arguments. One is data one is a variable here against another variable which is schema. So now I'm going to replace these variables with the data which I'm going to validate. So we don't need to validate two schemas here. We are going to validate it against only one schema. So I have removed one line and I have removed the corresponding variable. Here schema is a variable which you can note identify that it is the schema of something. So this is the variable which you can use to store your schema. So now I'm going to delete this one and I'm going to copy the original schema of this response over here. So I have the schema already stored it in my notepad. I am going to copy this one and I am going to keep it in this variable, and I am going to type semicolon. So my variable is schema now, and it is storing the schema of the response which I wanted to validate. So this is going to be my expected schema, and so this is the schema which you can copy to many similar requests of get users with different pages. So you can look for page 3. So page 3 also will have similar response with probably different data values, but the schema is not going to change. So that is how it is useful that you can use the schema to validate against different data sets for the same API. So that is the great usefulness of this particular schema validation. So now you have got the schema and you have to validate against the response. So like I said, it is taking two arguments. One is the expected results, which is schema, which you have stored it over here, and this is the actual response. So it is as data one over here, but let us collect the actual response. Let me call it as JSON response, and I'm going to again call this Postman object, which is giving me access to uh, the response method. This is the one which is collecting the response as an object, but I want this response to be in JSON format. So I'm going to call another method which is JSON. So now I got the response in JSON format and it is there in this variable. Now I'm going to compare this response against the schema which is there, and tiny validator is going to do it for me. Alright, so let me rename this test name. Let me say that mm, validate the schema of get user API. right? This is relevant to this test, right? I'm validating the schema of get user API. Okay, so that's how simple it is going to be. Now let me just run the response. Okay, see, it is 200, fine. Now let us look into the test results. Okay, so verify status code is 200, that is success. Validate schema of this one is failure, and it is because data one is not defined. So data one is not the correct one. Here we have to pass JSON RESP. Now let me run it again. So this time you see that it is success. Verify the status code is 200. That is my first test case, and validate the schema of get user API. So this is also success. Now, how do I know that this is actually doing the job what it is supposed to do? So let me do one thing. Let me okay. Let me copy integer over here, and let me change the URL field type to integer from string, so which is incorrect. So in the response it is coming as string, but you say that you validate against a schema which says that it is an integer. Now let me run this one. See, first assertion is success, which is validating the status code. Second assertion has failed, and why it has failed is it is expecting the assertion to be true. So it will be true when only when the schema is correct and matched against the schema which we have defined. But however, we change the values, and that's why it's not matching, and that's why it has failed. So hence, this is the proof that okay, this is correct validation. And let me show you one more interesting fact. This is going to be even more interesting, and it won't be like more clumsy also. So here you see okay, where is this? Okay, here you see this data is an array, and it is having many elements, and these elements are of similar type. So instead of keeping all these elements which are repetitive, what you can do is you can remove all of them and keep only one. So in the sense, see, under data you have the first array, second array, third array, and everything is having the same fields: ID, email, first name, last name. So this is a sort of repetitive which you understand. So this function has an intelligence that it can understand the repetitiveness also. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the repetitive parts. So this is type array, and inside this I'm going to delete this object which is having ID, email, first name, last name, and avatar for many times. So I'm going to remove all of them. Okay, this is the first one. This is going to be second one. So like that, there may be five, I guess. Let me remove them. Okay, this is about URL. So let's not touch it. Now let's go back. This is the last object which is having this list of ID and all. So I'm going to remove till this portion. See, I'm going to remove approximately 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, okay, 5 objects of same type. So I have done it. See, now your structure is a small one which is having only the unique objects in it. So I'm going to copy this one, control all, control keep, control sorry, control C. So I'm going to replace this entire schema with with a smaller notion of the schema which I have just prepared. I deleted that one, and I have pasted the smaller format of schema over here. Now let me run this test again. I ran it. Okay, this is success. Let's go to the test results. See, the test results are also success. So it doesn't make any difference. You see, though you have deleted the repetitive part. So that is how intelligent the tiny validator is going to be. However, there are small elements which are not giving a good experience like you have seen. I have changed this data type to something called integer. So what happened is, and I ran it. So it failed the test case, but you can't actually pinpoint the location of failure. Uh, just in this case, it's going to be a small schema which you can try to validate and probably find it out where it went wrong. But if it is a too much bigger schema, then it will be difficult for you to identify where it has gone wrong. So just to avoid this difficulty, there is another way of doing schema validation again in Postman, and that is also going to be as simple as this is this tiny validator. Let's see that and discuss it more in the next video. Thank you for watching this one. If you like this video, please like it and share it to your friends. Also, if you wanted to see more content like this, please do subscribe to this channel and also spread the word to your friends. And if you miss any of the videos, you can refer to this channel and also you can refer to this blog which is given below, which is forwardstyles.blogspot.com. And also, if you wanted to contribute your knowledge through wider audience, you can join us by writing it to this given email, which is sharetesttube@gmail.com. And also, if you have any doubts on any of the videos, again, you can write to us over sharetesttube@gmail.com. Thank you for watching this video.